Morning, guys. Have a little treat. I'm gonna show you your key. Everyone's got their own. Most people don't know I really like collecting knives. Not in a weird, creepy way, just like knives. Homemade knife-ish cover. Recycled inner tube. From a crook knife. Not crooked, crook. So, let's see. Everyone has their own key. I hold everyone's key just like you could hold everyone's key. And it's a matter of taking the effort and time to whittle it down and form it into what it needs to be. And it takes effort and time and patience. Sometimes trial and error. And sometimes you don't get it right. The first time. And that's why you can't be discouraged. I get back up. Get back up. And keep trying. So, everyone's got their own key to unlock their door, their own door. Everybody has a door to step through. And you can go through life and follow people through their doors and go through motions and not rock any boats. You can do what's safe, not scary, the norm, conforming to society's expectations and not your own expectations. And that's cool, you know, whatever. But it's not fulfilling. Lots of people do very well in life and can buy nice things to impress people they really don't like, and to buy these things that they really don't like, but it's what's nice. It's what we have said is nice, deemed nice. Fancy cars, big houses in certain neighborhoods, certain clothing. But you get to the end of the road of life, and you could have chosen a different path. It may have been harder, or taken more times to succeed at it, or you may have be criticized by your loved ones and your friends, and you'll end up having regrets at your deathbed. And it'll probably be sooner rather than later. Whenever you can find happiness in what you do every day, you don't feel like you work. And if you don't have to work, or you don't have to do what's perceived and feels like work, stress is down, stress hormones are reduced, you sleep better, every day of your life is just better, and you end up having more years, more fulfilling years, more healthy years. What the fuck is the point of life of doing jobs that we're not happy doing, to end up having them rob us of our health and our time on this planet? We think that we're here to obtain things and have money in the bank account, leave something for our children. But that's all bullshit. All you have is your time. That's what matters, and what you do with your time. If you invest it in things like family or your job, that's one thing. But to put these things, to value these things over your time, it's the wrong way to go about it. Can't worry about yesterday. Try to make plans for tomorrow, because we're just here right now. Like, I might get hit by a bus later today. Like, that doesn't scare me to have that thought. I'm gonna do my best not to get hit by a bus, but it is possible. So I'm living right now, and sharing with you guys key to open your own door. You gotta mold your own key. And it changes over time. You have to work on it. Each day, each time you wake up and you get a new day, you gotta work on it. Liam's back there going crazy on a box. He goes hard every day, guys. He sleeps well. That motherfucker goes hard every day. Just tearing boxes up. Fucking, I don't know what he does in his head to those birds and squirrels and rabbits out that window. He gets his yoga on. He just goes hard every day, guys. He's one of my inspirations. Ain't that right, buddy? Ain't that right? He's getting into shit. Just doing cat shit, you know? And he doesn't let me or Katie get in his way. He doesn't give a shit. Every moment, he's just going hard. Hope I don't cut myself in front of you guys. That'd be embarrassing. Not. I've done that so many times with these knives. And when you're forming your key, we're getting there. It's something. It's starting to take a little shape. In the process of forming your key, you're gonna have people fucking put you down, tell you that you suck, or you're wasting your time, or you're silly. And I love corny things. I just do. They hit home for a reason. And they make people uncomfortable because it's true usually. And they know that it can apply to themselves. So they just like, they don't like corny things. I love the shit out of it. So when I wake up every day, that shit just runs through my head. And it's what helps me be like Liam, to go hard every day. Having those little reminders and those sayings. That just ring true to me. And you find what rings true to you, and you say to those negative people, your haters, I love haters. And I like engaging with them. Not in a fighting way. In a peaceful way. I like to hear them. Hear them out. See what the hell they're all about. And see what I can learn from them. Usually they've got a pretty good lesson. Man. Sometimes keys are ugly, guys, but everyone's got their own, okay? So, let's see. I like waking up now as opposed to before. when I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew what I was going to do, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew that there was an expectation of me to be somewhere at a certain time, to do a certain thing, and it was not for me. If your job doesn't make you happy, then give it a thought on finding another job. Or to change what you're doing in a certain way that takes the aspects of it out that you don't like. And you gotta be strong enough in your mind and in your own convictions and beliefs that it will be okay if you fail. It's just a learning opportunity, and you get back up and you try it again. You learn from it and figure out what you did wrong. Don't do it again. And eventually, if you try it enough, you'll be what they call a champion. Champions are just people that kept trying enough until they succeeded. So, take some time, have some patience with yourself, maybe put it down in pen and paper, and see if there's anything that if in a dream world you would change about your situation. I've hinted on your job, but maybe you used to write really well in high school or college, and you haven't done it in a long time, but you have the capacity to do it in a way that at the very least makes you happy or is entertaining to other people, and you have the gift. Whoa, buddy, he's just going hard. He doesn't give a shit what I'm doing. Maybe you have a beautiful voice, but you don't share it. You should share it. Start a channel on YouTube. Share it with the world. Maybe you can craft beautiful objects from wood. You should do it and share it with the world. Chasing a dream or a passion doesn't mean it has to make you money. But if it makes you happy, and before you weren't doing it and gaining that happiness, you should do it. If there's something that you've always wanted to do, like learn to play an instrument, or how to be a photographer, but you don't want to make a living from it, but it just seems like it would be fun. you should do it. If you have been scared to have a animal companion, thinking it would be too much work or too expensive, you should do it. It's worth it. So we gotta make sacrifices. Like if you only have so much time in your life and you're out of shape and you want to be in shape because you want to be healthy and nimble and feel good and healthy, and you just don't think you have time, but you sleep in because you stayed up late, fucking go to bed early, get up early, and start doing something and move in the morning. Just do it. Try it for a week. If you find it's not cool, doesn't make you happy, then quit. Go back to your old self. But you gotta find out. You gotta try and give yourself an opportunity to fail. Or you'll never know. And you'll die with regrets. End goal is not to die with regrets. With the most amount of happy dollars in the bank. Every day, you get to make a deposit. Every single day you wake up, you can make a deposit at the happy bank. I like that. So, what else can you do? You gotta get out of your own way. Sometimes you gotta just stop yourself from thinking and act. It's like in an emergency, in a dire situation, people freeze because they're afraid they don't know what to do or that they're gonna do it wrong instead of acting and doing. And you lose that time. You never get it back. You can make more money. You can make a new friend, but you can't get your time back. So every day that you wake up and you waste it, it's gone. You're never gonna see it again. So if you're afraid and you don't know how to do what you want to do, find an example of someone doing it successfully and mimic them. And keep mimicking them until you figure out how to do it your way. He went hard this morning. Now he's resting again. Goes hard in the morning. Takes a break. He's gonna tear some shit up later. He's gonna get into some stuff. That's him. That's what he does. Cat life. So You have to get out of your own way and just, you gotta not care what people think. This right here, what I'm doing, talking in front of nobody, to everyone, scares me to death. I'm having to control myself from actually shaking. I used to have panic attacks, and I've got my methods on how to stop them for myself. And I can recognize when they're happening before they are happening. And I got my methods. If it's real bad, I have to just focus and stop and block everything out. And I go inside myself, like the little yellow school bus, whatever that kids show was. I go inside myself, and every breath, I actually visualize the air going in my nose and mouth and down into my lungs, out my mouth. And that's my technique. I used to be terrified of being on the stage. Talking in front of literally people in front of me it raised my heart rate instantaneously, just the thought of it. And I am slowly going to conquer that fear. I'm gonna mess up, but when I do, I'm gonna learn from it and see what I can do different. For the next time. Just like when I was learning to ride a bike in a competitive manner. I was horrible, and comparatively still am. But every time I go out on it, I learn something. I learn how to be more efficient. And patient. I used to want to just go, 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 go. You can't do that in a group. Especially whenever you seek out people that are fitter than you. You're not going to do anything that they can't handle. You have to be patient. And work off of your strengths. It's getting somewhere. And whenever you can let go of what other people are going to think about you, oh my God, that right there, that one thing is one of the biggest things, is not caring what other people think. If it's someone that's truly trying to help you, constructive criticism is one thing, but if they're just putting you down, or telling you you're silly, or wasting your time, or you're not gonna succeed, you don't need that negativity. Because champions just keep getting up, getting up, getting up, getting up until they're champions. Before they were a champion, they weren't, okay? I know that's kind of silly sounding, but find what drives you and you just keep chasing it. It's an ugly key, but it's the one that fits. Okay? So, if you got no passion, you need to get some. You don't have goals, you need to find some. You got a dream, you gotta chase it. Like, you just do. You gotta do you. It unleashes this thing that's inside all of us. This capacity. It's in all of us. Every single person. Every person's capacity, a little different. What suits them is a little different. What we're built for is a little different. But greatness, that's in everybody. And damn, it's a shame to waste the greatness. So like, I'm not the smartest guy by far. Never did great in school. I took every algebra teacher at my college before I found one that was like, Chase, I don't care what we gotta do. We're gonna get this shit to sink in. I passed with like a C eventually. I'm not great in the like physical things I like to do, like bike riding. I'm really good at suffering, but I'm not that good. But what I'm finding I am good at, and what I'm putting my energy into, is listening. I'm really good at listening. And sifting out bullshit. Finding excuses, sifting them out. And I have to play to my strengths. All right, it's good enough. I should try and make another one like that. A little better. So, You gotta find you and go do you. Screw what other people think. And laugh it off. Water off a duck's back. Peace.